Hi everybody, welcome to Deb's Way, and I am Deb. Welcome to my hashtag Tea Tuesday video. Yes, it's time for Tea Tuesday again, and what am I having? We're having another very hot and humid day here today. That seems to be what I say every time I'm filming anymore, but it's true. We are having weather that is very similar, in my mind anyway, to like mid to late summer weather. So I've begun wondering if we're going to have an early fall and an early winter. It's very hot and humid and miserable here right now. So ice water is very thirst quenching. Yeah. Well, before I get started here, let me just begin with thank yous to the people who started this collaboration. Patty at Life with Patty, whose channel I watched all along, she started this hosting a hashtag Tea Tuesday, and I watched it for a while, and I thought, well, this is kind of neat. You know, you just sit and talk to people, you tell them what you've been up to, you know, you show different things that you want to. And I thought, I can do that. And I've had a blast doing this for almost a year, I think now. And along with Patty, she's co-hosting this collaboration with Kathy at Kathy's Favorite Things. I'll link both of their channels down below. Go check out all the other people who are involved in this collaboration. There are many, many channels. It's a lot of fun. Everybody does something different. Everybody, well, not everybody drinks tea. I drink hot tea too sometimes, but I like my Pepsi every now and then, but you know, that's gotten to be a rare occasion around here anymore. It's basically in this time of year, ice water. I'm drinking a lot of ice water. And the other day I broke down and bought like a quart-size jar of tea at the store. Yes, I know, I could brew my own and that, but I was at the store and I saw that and I figured I'm just gonna get this and I can refill it too and keep it in the fridge. So that's what I'm going on now. Every now and then I will have my glass of sweet tea, and that's a treat. So every now and then I'll have a glass of Pepsi Zero, but not near as much as I used to. Basically, yes, I'm on water these days. Yeah. So anyway, what have I been up to lately? My life has become very slow paced, which is fine with me right now. I think because of the gas situation as well, we've been spending more time at home. Yeah, we don't go out as much, and when we do, we try to make several stops. You know what I mean? We try to arrange our trips, our shopping trips, our errands, so that we can go in one crack and hit a lot of things, get a lot of things accomplished in a day. Gas around here, like everywhere, just keeps going up and up. And when I was out the other day, I noticed that the gas was up to $4.59 right now. I know in some areas it's even more than that, but in my lifetime so far, I've never seen gas this expensive. I just don't know what to think. It's kind of like another pandemic of another type. Know what I mean? Yeah. But they're saying that yes, you could easily see $5 per gallon gas by the, you know, end of summer for sure. If at the rate it's going, we'll probably see it before the end of June. So anyway, we tend to find things to do here at home. And that includes watching movies. And I am actually, I took a break from my sewing room so that I could watch a movie that was on TV today, on demand, on our cable. It's called Desk Set, starring Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn, an old classic. I tell you, I love that movie. I've seen it so many times. It was made in 1957, and it's about like a research department for like a TV channel or a network of some sort, and they get phone calls throughout the day with people asking certain questions for detailed information. And these people researched with their, back at that time it would have been like encyclopedias and other research materials like that. But they were just introducing a huge computer system. And that's what this movie was about. I really get a kick out of this film itself. So if you haven't seen it, I know Life with Patty, you like to watch different movies and older movies as well. This is a good one. It's kind of a classic in my mind. Another classic that I really, really enjoy is called Baby Boom, starring Diane Keaton. I think both of those movies kind of hit home with me. You know, back at that time when I saw Desk Set for the first time, I was probably working my first office job. That was Ginger. Are you okay? Yeah, she is. When I watched Desk Set for the first time, I was more than likely in my first office job. And that would have been at Hubbard Milling Company back in Mankato, Minnesota. Okay? Yes. I don't even remember what my title was, but I did some, like an order clerk. Anyway, that job reminds me of, that movie reminds me of the first job I had. And then Baby Boom, hey, that just rings true with my whole adult life, I think. It's about, without going into too much detail, it's about a career woman who, for most of her working career life, has chosen her career over a private life. And then she learns through different events, I'm trying not to give it away here, but through different events, that, you know what? Having a private life should take priority. So those are two really, really good movies that I watch all the time. Anyway, so yes, I watched movies today. And I just got done watching Desk Set. Other than that, earlier today, I did some sewing. Yes, I did. I am all ready for class coming up, but let me show you here right now what I did earlier today. Welcome back to my sewing room. I'm back here today working on my class homework. Remember I told you that I was taking a class at my favorite fabric store, Sewing Studio, and the class I'm taking is where we're working on a placemat. Just a placemat, just one placemat is being done in the class. But I had homework because I didn't quite finish the top. We just have the top so far of the one placemat done. And I had to finish mine up a little bit, like sewing it together. I'm a slow sewist, I really am. And I didn't mind. Class was like 9:30 to 12:30, and we had lecture for probably a good hour and a half to 2 hours. And then we started cutting our fabric into the strips we needed, and then putting it together. And I left having to put it together, but that's fine. I don't mind working on it at home. I just take my time and, and do the work. So I have the first top done, and now I'm working on sewing together. I'm making 3 more placemats like this. I bought enough material for that. What we needed is 1/3 of a yard of like a dark, another 1/3 of a yard of a medium, and another 1/3 of a yard of a light. That makes 1 placemat. Well, and then if you wanted to make 4 placemats, you could go ahead and buy the extra yardage for that, which I did. So I am making a total of 4 placemats, and we're putting them together. And this is actually quilting. This is kind of it is an old quilt design based on the rail fence. So I will be actually putting batting in between the top and the bottom fabric and doing a quilting pattern of some sort to finish it off, and then binding it along the edges. So I will make this will be like a mini quilt when it's all done. It's to help people who are just wanting to learn how to quilt, but also I'm learning new techniques. I learn something new every class. The teachers are so good at this store, so I always walk away out of a class having learned something new, worked on a new project, made something new that I like, and, you know, carry on with it. So that's what I'm doing right now, is carrying on with this and cutting up, well, I've already cut up the strips that I needed to make an extra one, and I'm sewing the blocks together. I chained it. You know, you work with the chains as much as you can. It saves thread, it saves time. Yeah, you want to do that as much as possible. And I'm getting ready to put the blocks together for my second, you know what it is, my second placemat. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now back in my sewing room. I know that people have commented that they wish they had a shop like I go to that gives so many classes, and my little sewing studio, well, it's not too little, but it gives fantastic classes, of a variety of classes. Not even just how to sew, basic sewing, how to quilt, you know, they do pre-cut, oh my gosh, embroidery, making purses, different craft things. They do a whole variety of sewing crafts. And I thoroughly enjoy being a student of theirs. And I have been a student of theirs and a shopper and a customer for over 25 years. So yeah. Anyway, let me get working on my placemat. What did I do with the one I was finished with? Yeah. Let me get working on my second placemat here. Class is coming up in a couple days here, and I am going to be ready for it. By the time I have my next class, I will have a couple more, if not all, of the other placemats finished. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, I'm making a set of 4, so I'm hoping that I can finish them all before the next class. And then I will learn how to, well, what the next step is, which I'm not sure, but it may be doing the sandwich, getting it ready to be quilted, and then quilting the top. Because that is the last class, actually. So we've got to finish it up there. Anyway, but I'm looking forward to class time and socializing and having fun and also shopping. Why not? I'm there. I'm bringing you back here as I finish sewing the last 2 placemats together. I was going to show how I started from the very beginning, but instead, let me see here if I have a strip. Yeah, okay. First of all, just pretend this is actually 15 inches long. It's just a bit short of that, but 15 inches by 6.5 inches. You need to have all of your material cut into this size block, okay? And then you're going to cut these blocks into 2.5 inch strips all the way across, so that they will be like this, 2.5 inches. So you end up having, well, your 15 inch block is cut up into 2.5 inch pieces. Okay, then you get your 2.5 inch pieces like this, and you arrange it however you want to. And now I've got the final pieces laid out on my sewing table here, ready to go to the machine. Let me show you. This is the pattern that I'm going to sew in, and I'm going to start by taking the lighter strips and sewing those together, and chaining as I go. So I'll do this one, and then this one, and then this one, and follow until they're done. And then I'll cut those apart, and I'll go ahead and add the dark strip to everything and chain sew all that together. You know, this one, and then this one, and this one, until they're all done. And then once those pieces are all together, then you take this full square, sew it together with this one, right sides together. When that's done, same thing. Bring this one over, right sides together, sew it together so you have one completed strip there, and follow suit up at the top. Same way, this strip to this strip,
And then bring this one over and sew it to these two that are already together. When that's finished, then you bring the top to the bottom, matching these two seams, okay? Sewing it together, and it's a scant 1/4 of an inch seam. I'll bring it back when I have all of the rest of the placemats finished. Here we are, just a little bit later, and I still need to remove the strings, odd strings hanging from my placemats here, but I have finished all of them, all 4 of them. So here's 2 of them, and here's the other 2. So I'm all set to go to class and totally finish 1 placemat, and then I'll come home and finish the other 3, and I'll bring you back and show you what those look like when it's all completed. So I'm all ready for class. I'm all set. In a way, I wish there was more than just the 1 class left to go before this one ends, but I'll be looking for another class to take, see what happens. Usually they have a pretty light summer as far as classes go, but I'll keep watching it, see what else I can do. Hope you're all doing really good out there, enjoying your late spring, early summer. I understand that many parts of the country are either seeing really bad storms or else it's really hot and humid. And you know what? It's really, really hot and humid here, so I understand totally what you're going through. But I hope you all take care out there. You enjoy the rest of your week. I'll be talking to you again real soon. But for this time around, it's bye for now. Happy Tea Tuesday.